welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna talk about social media detoxes. What's the plural of detox? Anyway, so first things first, spoiler alert. You cannot have a social media detox for one day. That is not a social media detox. Most people think that if you quit Instagram or Snapchat or TikTok for 1 day or 2 days or 3 days, that they did a great job, that they resisted their urges to go online and spend like hours upon hours mindlessly scrolling. But that's simply not true, and take it from someone who was addicted to social media and then quit it suddenly. It was like, if you're addicted to something and then you quit, you have withdrawal symptoms and so on. Well, it was sort of like that. So when I say social media, I mostly mean Instagram because I didn't really have any other form of social media. And I still don't. I mean, I have a Twitter account, but that's just mostly for following news. And so what happened was, back in March, I just decided, what if I quit? Like, I had about 1,200 followers, and there were a lot of people that I knew. I mean, friends, acquaintances from various environments, like people I met in real life, online. They were all part of different communities, and most of them knew me from Instagram. For me, the biggest kind of problem was, okay, if I cut out Instagram, first of all, what will I do with my time? Second of all, how will I promote myself to other people? I mean, how will I make my presence known, especially now with COVID and everything going online? So that meant how will I keep in touch with these people? But I just decided to take my chances, and first I deleted the app, and then later in June, I think, I officially deleted my account. So if you have done this before, you know that Instagram offers you a way to deactivate your account and also fully delete it. And I did the latter. I mean, I said bye. So over the course of these few months, I can just tell you that, first of all, a lot of my worries came true. A lot of the people that I used to talk to didn't get in touch with me by any other means. Of course, I still had messaging apps on my phone and email, and a lot of these people that knew me, let's say, closely, could have gotten in touch with me, but they didn't. Definitely lose touch with people. And second of all, I had a lot of free time. But the point is that you will not get any immediate benefits right away. It will not take you 1 day or 2 days or 2 weeks. You will not become a new person by quitting social media immediately. And I'm telling you that right now. From my experience, quitting social media has kind of opened a hole in my life. I mean, it sounds kind of dramatic, but it's true. Just think about how when you meet someone, you want to ask for their Instagram profile or their Snapchat or their TikTok. When people share memes or they share news, they do that on these social media networks. You literally go online and see every one of your friends and acquaintances' daily lives. And just imagine that one day you don't have that anymore. And you think to yourself, rationally, people have lived like this before. I mean, social media is a relatively new phenomenon, but it's so difficult, especially for people in our generation. But I think even for older people, how many of us have parents on Facebook who share pictures and then who talk to each other via some of Facebook incorporated social messaging apps? It's very difficult to feel the so-called effects of this detox. People expect that it will take a couple of days and you will feel bad, you will want to go online and scroll through something, but then after that you instantly become this super productive person that uses their free time to read books and work out and go and meet people in real life, and that has developed social skills. But no, it doesn't work that way. You will feel kind of empty, but the biggest question is it worth it? Yeah, it is. Because for me, personally, what I noticed is even now, I have a lot of free time. I have managed to sort of fill out that time by reading, which is something I have almost never done before. except when I didn't have social media. You know, you will find yourself with a lot of free time, and you need to make a conscious effort to use it. But second of all, what has been, let's say, the biggest impact on me personally was a lack of motivation, because social media has kind of like put us in this scenario where we are constantly seeing other people's lives. I mean, thousands or even millions. Like you have celebrities, and then you have your friends from high school, your friends from university, you have the random people that you met at some point in your life, and you get constantly bombarded by all of what's happening in their lives and all of, let's say, their achievements and best moments. And to be honest, it feels kind of, I feel guilty saying this, but this definitely pushes you forward. I mean, in this competitive world, to kind of isolate yourself from all of that means that you are immediately saying, no, I don't care. And that is a very powerful message that can also impact you, because if working out and if eating healthy meant for you that you would get to post your body, your food, your book, your project on your stories at the end of the day, now that's gone. And you have no one to show that to except your immediate friends and people who you actually interact with physically, and who, quite frankly, might not care, because they are not thousands of people. They might be 2 or 3, and statistically speaking, your chances are much slimmer, especially if you made connections online with people who are interested in the same things that you're interested in. So what's happening is you lose this source of external motivation. And that for me is the biggest impact, because basically you don't know, like, I mean, you start asking yourself, what's the point of you wanting to achieve certain things? What's the point of you wanting to go there, to do that and to eat that, when people just don't, let's say, shove it in your face anymore, and you go outside and you see regular people just like yourself. And I mean, you start living a completely different life that is, let's say, much simpler and much less goal-oriented. Because, I mean, people don't want to admit it, but external motivation is very important. I'm not saying it's good, but it works. I mean, every day we are conditioned by external motivation. You go to school, you get grades, you get achievements. You go to work, you get paid. And at the end of that, even if you don't get paid or don't get grades, at least you get recognition from people. I mean, think about it. Even people who do something good for the community, for the planet, for whatever it is that they're working on, maybe it's a non-profit. I mean, at the end of the day, they want recognition for the work they do. And suddenly, let's say this mainstream way of achieving this is gone because you deleted an app. And it's crazy to think that we live in a day where that is what's happening. So you have to look for motivation within yourself, and it can be quite a difficult journey, because for the past few months I've just been asking myself, okay, but what do I want to do with my life? You know, I mean, before it was a pretty easy question to answer, because all I would do is go on Instagram and see these perfect people who have achieved so much, and most importantly, you can kind of amalgamate these people's experiences and achievements. So you follow, let's say, a fitness guru, then you follow someone from university who has nothing to do with fitness but has a 4.0 GPA, then you follow someone who is an activist, and so on, and these people have nothing in common, but you look at their experiences and you ask yourself, why can't I be like them? Why can't I be like A, B, C? I mean, in one person. And that can be a very good source of motivation, and as I said before, now it's gone. So you have to ask yourself, what is it that you really want to do? That, let's say, if you are the kind of person who their whole life has gone through life just flowing, listening to other people's advice and other people's ideas of what you should do and what you shouldn't do, you know, you're now put in this like situation where you have to ask yourself, without external source of information, what is it that I want to do? How do you answer that question? I don't know. It's up to you. But my message is the following. I encourage you to quit social media, and for good, not just for a couple of days. And I want to see how that experience will impact you. And I want to know, like, how you manage to find this source of motivation. How do you manage to be confident? Because I think that this is also about that. If you're a confident person, you don't really need to rely on external validation to kind of move towards your goals. And I mean, let's face it, most people, when they talk about social media, about doing a social media detox, they also talk about, becoming more confident, that you're not constantly like exposed to all of these high achieving people that are completely not representative of the average person. So social media can take away the confidence that you had before in pursuing certain passions that maybe are not so easily exposed on Instagram. Like if you wanted to pursue a math major, how will Instagram help you? Or if you wanted to do art, how will you feel if you enter this overly saturated market of Instagram where people just, like don't really have taste, and maybe it's not what you want to do. So you have to kind of ask yourself that. And in the end, I think that this journey will turn out to be good, because personally, I don't want to go back. I would rather be stuck asking myself what it is that I truly want to do without someone else's guidance, without someone else telling me what's acceptable and what is kind of venerated by our society. Because, Instagram or Snapchat or TikTok, they are all products of this like very capitalist, consumerist, competitive system where we all just want to look our best, dress our best, talk our best, achieve our best, financially. And these might not be the values that kind of vibe with you. So main takeaways. First of all, a social media detox doesn't take just 1 day or 2 days or 1 week. It's a serious endeavor. Second of all, if you want to be more confident, you need to kind of ask yourself a priori what it is that you want to do in your life, what your goals are and what your values are. If you want to share your stories with me, you are free to do so in the comments down below. And if I inspired someone to press that delete or deactivate button, I'm more than happy that I did that. Thank you for watching and enjoy.